don't know if anyone's watching, but I'm going to put this up on YouTube to replay after I filmed it. I just wanted to experiment with making a video live today on YouTube. I've never done that before. I've done one on Facebook before, but never on YouTube. And I wanted to see if it uploads quicker than pre-recording and then uploading. So hello, if you're watching back after I film this, because I can see no one's watching it now, but then I didn't exactly give you any warning. I just wanted to do a flip through of my bullet journal. I've been setting it up over the past week and a few days, so maybe a week and a half, and I'm quite pleased with the progress. I've been making a lot of collections. I haven't been doing a lot of the daily pages because we haven't had that many days in the past week and a half. So I just wanted to do a quick flip through. I won't tell you about the notebook. I've talked about it before. On the front inside first page, I made like a book plate thing because I wanted to fill this page with something, and I had kind of started a couple of pages earlier than I would. I normally leave a couple of blank pages at the beginning, but I didn't, so I just stuck this on here, and it gives people the phone number if I lose the book and they find it. Here's my key. This is the bullet journal bullet signifier key that I've always been using. Completed is just a cross through in the checkbox. Started is one diagonal line, cancelled is a squiggle, and then my bullets are, let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. A little circle for an event or appointment. I'm sorry for the wobbly camera. I'm holding this up without a tripod. Let's see if I can steady it. A dot for information or a note. A star or asterisk or whatever that squiggle is for a to-do. A diamond for something I need to record. An exclamation mark for an idea. And then because an idea isn't really an action, I can draw a star to turn it into an action, and then that's more than just something I'm thinking about, it's something I need to do. A hyphen for a list, and a little envelope for something that I'm waiting for. And the waiting for envelope actually takes up two spaces, two spaces across one of these, across the squares, because I don't need to indicate when it is taking place. Oh, I've got 3 people watching me. Hi everyone. 2 people now. And then I've got these little chevron-y type marks. The down one is for today and the right one is for future. And then the left one is to transfer to something in a collection, and the up one is to transfer something out of this book and into another book. Then I've got this page that I showed you me doing on the video where I showed you about tracing in a bound book. And since then I've coloured it in a bit. I think I'm going to do my index on this page, but I haven't started yet because I haven't decided whether I'm going to do just a normal straight, just write it all the way down the page from top to bottom index, or whether I'm going to do it in categories, which is the way that Romany does it. And I did use that before, but I don't have that many categories, so I'm thinking about it. I forgot to show you something on the previous page. In the bottom corner here, I've counted how many squares there are up the page and how many squares are across the page, so that when I need to draw, specific number of boxes across a page, for my monthly grids or whatever, I know how many there are without having to count them. And I got that from a video. I can't remember the name of the man who made the video about his bullet journal, but he got it from Matt Ragland. And apparently Matt Ragland has got some really good bullet journal videos. I watched one of them, but I think I need to watch more. And then we come to my month on 2 pages. So last year I was using a year on 2 pages to sort of do signifiers that linked me to a page with space to actually write about the events or whatever's happening. This time I thought I do want to put a bit more information that's visually easily seeable, without having to flick to another page, something that I can just look at a glance. So I've done a month on 2 pages, which isn't causing me much of a problem, except that I then don't have at a glance what is coming up in future months. So I've got a solution to that, which I'll show you in a minute. I just write over here in the right hand column what the little signifiers indicate. And then I put in my tasks, indicated by numbers, which I'll show you in a minute. And that's about it. I put, like, up the top here, things that are happening that day, which are affecting my whole day. But then if I've got other things that are happening in the day, I will write them in the actual box. But then if I run out of space, I'll carry on writing them down here. And if I really run out of space in this right hand column, I can continue here or up here, or tip a piece of paper in with more information on it. It's hard to turn the page. I'm actually recording this on my tablet and it's hard to hold. I wanted to see what the quality was like on my tablet as well, because it's a new tablet. Right, so I'm not going to show you the rest of my monthly pages because they're all the same. Oh, I'm only in August there. Hold on, let's keep flicking. The reason why I've got washi tape here is because I accidentally drew the top line of my monthly grid too high up. So I've got a couple of months where I've had to actually cover it with washi tape because I tried to pixing it out and it looked awful. And then after my monthly pages, we've got my reference page where I drew a mandala. And I need to draw some more mandalas in, but only on the pages where I want a bit of pizzazz, because I don't want my bullet journal to look boring, because that makes me not want to use it. So I'm going to put some more reference stuff on here. I've got important phone numbers, my mum's working rotor so that I know when I have to come home and walk the dogs, and then the bus timetable. And I can't really think of anything else that I need on here, but I will add things if I think of them. And then I've got this week's actual daily pages. I'll put a link in the description about when I've described using these before. It's the same process that I've been using for the past couple of years, so I don't need to show you it again. I'll just link a video. And here is a collection about stretches and strengthening exercises that I'm supposed to do. So my morning stretches are here because I have sore shoulders and a sore upper back, and today I've got a sore neck. So I'm supposed to do them every morning, but I haven't been doing them in the last week or so, which is really bad. And so that's why I've got a sore neck today. And then here is my body gym exercises described because I can't remember how to do them. Body gym is a thing that you can buy online that is basically resistance bands on a plastic bar that you can do various exercises for your arms and legs, and therefore, you know, also it helps your muscles in other parts of your body. You can watch videos of it on YouTube. It's advertised by Marie Osmond. So if you've seen the infomercial, you'll know what I mean. I bought that because I need to strengthen. I have to compensate for my poor back by strengthening my core, and also just generally need to get stronger. So I've described the exercises on there so that I can hopefully do them, which involves motivation and actually doing it and starting it, and I don't want to. I'm really anti any effort on my part when it comes to exercise. I just expect my body to do what it requires, you know, what I require it to do, and it it doesn't work like that, shockingly. You actually have to put some effort in. So this is my 4 weekly rolling rota of tasks. Here are my tasks, and they're each given a number. And here are the numbers that go to indicate what task I need to do that day. So I try not to do too much in a working week, Monday to Friday, because I'm tired. Bear with me. Mummy, I'm recording a YouTube video. Thank you. So I try to put more on the weekend, and then when my mum's working, I have extra tasks to do. And then I've got this little sticky tab because basically I've labelled the weeks in the year starting from January 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then 1 and 3 are week A, and 2 and 4 are week B. They go to indicate what rota of the, which week rota my mum is on within her 2 weekly rolling rota. But because week 1 isn't always the first week of the month, I get so confused trying to transcribe these onto my monthly rota and my monthly pages. So I've got a little sticky note, because if I'm doing week 1, but actually week 1 is the 3rd week of the month, I get confused. And then I especially get confused if, for example, the 2nd week of the month is a week 3, I start writing out what I'm doing on week 2 on that 2nd week of the month, and it just throws it off, because there's some recurring weekly things, but then there are some like week 1 and 3 are recycling bins, and week 2 and 4 are rubbish bins. And when I get out of a sequence with those, it just I can't remember which one it is. And then I've blocked in some daily pages, or I call them daily pages, the normal bullet journal. And I have a tip in for my tasks, so I can see what it is that I'm got to do when I'm looking at my monthly pages, so I don't have to keep flicking back and forth. So just so that you know, I'm calling these daily pages. I can't remember what they're called in Ryder's book, but let's call them daily pages. I've drawn in daily pages in between my collections, because when I set up my first bullet journal in the previous 2 that I've used, so this is the 3rd one. When I did my first one, I did all of my collections at the beginning, and then I didn't have any more collections to add, and I did all of my daily pages afterwards. And I like seeing my collections as I flick through to find that week's daily pages. So I didn't want to do all of my collections at the beginning and all of my daily pages at the end, so I've just built in some daily pages. And then I've got moon phases and the moon cycle. I like looking at the moon. I can't always see it from my window, but I like looking at it. Another daily page, and then the to-dos that I never want to do, and they keep getting moved from planner to planner, and eventually I'll start doing them. But in this planner, I did build in this right-hand column that I also have on my daily pages, so that I can say when I'm going to do it, or if it's a task that can be moved out into another book, like these leather things can go and be moved out into my leather craft book, which I haven't actually set up yet, but I do leather crafting as a hobby, so they can be moved out. I can then cross this off, because the boxes are for either a task that has been finished or a task that has been migrated. So these are the sort of things that I should really pick up when I've run out of things to do. I'm going to then integrate something. Oh, hi, Wayjawn. Yes, it saves space on your monthly pages, as long as you then have a tip in to pull it out so that on your monthly pages you can actually see what the number indicates. Yes, so I should actually integrate these when I've got a quiet week with not much going on. I can put a couple of these on my weekly to-dos. So for the person who's just joined, I'm sorry it's a wobbly camera, but I'm trying to hold it up with my hand and it's just wobbling everywhere. So I said earlier that I don't find it too much of a problem to have my monthly pages not a yearly spread, except for I can't see what's coming up in future months unless I keep flicking through the months. So I've set up this page with a yearly planner on, or a yearly like overview on the left, and then space to write in each month's sort of rectangle on the right hand side for upcoming events or deadlines that I have to prepare for. So I don't have that many at the moment. It's mostly birthdays and Christmas and stuff, but I need to start thinking about those ahead of time. So I just circle the day and then go to that rectangle on the right hand side and know what it's for. So maybe at the beginning of the month I will come and look at this page and I will then make it an action to think about that thing or start actually doing something towards that thing. So for example, my brother's birthday and my mum's, all of my immediate family, all of our birthdays are at the beginning of the month. So that means that I need to really start about birthday present shopping and preparing for, you know, making their day special the previous month. So that means that I'm not actually planning for my brother's birthday in August. I am planning for it in July. So I'll come to this at the beginning of the month and start planning for future months. Christmas is something I need to start thinking about 3 months ahead, that kind of thing. So I think this is going to work well. I've not done it before. I think it will work well. One thing I don't like about this spread is that the colours in the right hand page make it look like it's 2 separate pages because they don't go with the green and red of the left hand page. So I think I'm going to put some washi tape along the bottom here to sort of try to make the two look like they're part of the same spread rather than 2 separate spreads. Then I've got my currently pages, and this evolved from my file effects where I had an organisation section. So I had a currently section within that where I used to put the things that I had to keep in mind, the things that were on my mind, as in the things I kept thinking about, projects and other stuff. I can't remember exactly. It evolved over time, so like there'd be university projects in there, and then when I finished uni, that obviously I'd take those out. But at the moment, all I've got in here is my current projects, which are multi-step projects, not individual to-dos, but then I can break those down further, maybe on my monthly page or my weekly pages, or I'm not actually doing weekly pages at the moment, but I might if I get too busy. That monthly pages aren't enough. My ongoing to-dos, and these are things that don't have an end date. Well, I mean, I assume one day I'm actually going to finish cutting stuff out of the magazines that my mum's given me, that are her hand-me-downs to me, but I've got so many of them, I don't think it's really going to finish anytime soon. And she's got dozens of magazines in her bedroom that she's not finished reading yet, so I'm going to have plenty of magazines cuttings to do. And then I've got my fun projects, and they are things that I should focus on when I've actually finished doing the things that I need to do. And then I've got my on my mind stuff, so that is stuff that is so temporary that I don't want to write it in here, so I've stuck it on a sticky note. More daily page space, and I'm coming to the end now. I have not finished this spread, but it comes from, I fell in love with a planner spread, and I can't remember what the company was called, but it was planner pad, I think, or it was adapted from planner pad, or maybe I had inspiration from planner pad and then saw another planner which was similar and then sort of adapted it for myself. This is adapted again from my last bullet journal where the spread was slightly different, but basically I don't have enough stuff going on in the week to actually write my to-dos in a proper planner spread like this. I love the spread, but it's going to be 3/4 empty because I don't have that much going on that changes week to week. That's not just my, those household tasks that I put in my months. So I've got one spread here that is the template for a typical week that is going to enable me to look at it to know what I'm supposed to be doing that day or that week. But I don't write one-off tasks in here. I just write my recurring tasks. So on my old bullet journal, I used to have Monday to Sunday written out here in big boxes, but I don't need that anymore because my Monday to Friday tasks were all the same. And so I just wrote them in the Monday column and just drew an arrow across the page, and that's a waste of a page. So I decided that I would write them up the top here, and these are things that happen on the same day every week. But the problem is that my mum's working rota is 1 week she's working Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturday and Sunday, but we'll forget the weekend for now. She's working Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the other week she's working Wednesdays and Fridays. So my weeks are different. So I'm considering whether I put things in kind of a half a box. So I divide the boxes into 2 and put week A at the top and week B at the bottom, or whether I put things in brackets to say I don't do this every week. So this is only going to be the things that are happening the same day on the typical week, or maybe once every other week on a typical week. But then I'm going to have the things that I need to refer to frequently for just keeping on track with my life instead of kind of forgetting to do those important mundane things that suddenly creep up on you, like just quick tidying up. Because if you don't do your quick tidying up every day, suddenly by the weekend the house is a mess and then you have to spend an hour doing it. So that's what goes in this column, hence my 5 things that I tidy in my bedroom every day, or supposed to, and other stuff that will go in that column. And then the daily routine that I am supposed to be doing. So that will be divided into morning, afternoon, and evening. And I'm going to be adapting that. Certainly my morning routine is going to be changing, but I'll talk about that in future. I'm basically going to get up earlier and do some research before work, but that means and I want to go to work earlier to finish earlier, but I've got less time to do it in. So maybe I'm going to do things quicker, or I'm going to do fewer things and do more things in the evening. I don't know. But I think what I'm going to do here is washi tape in a piece of paper to write on my weekly rota, daily routine even, just in case it changes, and then I will be able to write it in properly once I've perfected that routine. And then I think I'm probably going to put either over here or over here my Saturday and Sunday routines. I know I've got them up here, but I could do more writing down here. I don't know what I'm going to write up in these 2 boxes, but for example, on a Saturday I do my dark washing because my uniform dark, so my top and my waistcoat and my trousers take longer to dry than my shirts, which are white. So then I do my whitewash on a Sunday, so that it's all ready for Monday. And then on a Saturday, I brush the cats and the dogs. Whereas on a Sunday, I do the hoovering. So, you know, I'll do different things on those days, but not just structuring when I do my tasks, but how the day should look. So, for example, I want to get all my my household tasks finished by 12 o'clock on a weekend day. And that means I've got the whole afternoon to do what I need to do or what I want to do. And so I'll then, instead of having a timed, 7 till 11 timed daily column, I'm just going to have time blocks on my weekends, but I'm going to sort of do a rough late afternoon, you do this, early evening, you do that, so that hopefully I've got some sort of structure to my day, but it's still flexible enough for me to be able to not have to do it on those specific times if something else gets in the way. So I haven't got anything more to show you, but I'm going to be adding a gym tracker, but I don't know how I want it to go. And also trying to record my research time that I've spent. Basically, I've been trying to get up at 5:30 in the morning to do an hour's research before I get ready for work and go to work. That's not been happening because I don't actually want to at that time in the morning, and then I stay in bed until 6:30, which is my normal getting up time. I'm not a morning person. It's horrible. I hate it. But I need to go to bed early, and I don't get my research done in the evenings because I fall asleep on the sofa. And if I don't fall asleep on the sofa, my work is still not good quality because I'm tired. So I'm going to try to do an hour's work in the morning before work, and I'm going to track that so that I get a little reward colouring in a little square, like a star chart, to make me feel like I've achieved something by having to colour it in. I get a little bit of dopamine in my brain and it makes me feel good, and then I'll do it again tomorrow morning. Somebody asked what I'm researching. I'm not researching stuff for my work. I work as a medical secretary. I could do research for that, but I don't need to know that much medical stuff at the moment. I've got 3 degrees and I don't use any of them. I've got a BA in Egyptian archaeology, an MA in Egyptology, and an MA in museum studies. I am doing research in Egyptology subjects for a massive project, which I can't tell you about, but hopefully everything will become clear in September. So I'm trying to do an hour's research in the morning before I go to work, and then maybe 3 hours on a Saturday and 3 on a Sunday, or if I can, more on a Saturday and a Sunday, but we will see. So that's why I'm trying to get really, really organized, because I've got just huge project. And the problem with this project is it not only takes a massive amount of preparation, but it also, once I get started, I can't stop. So I'm giving myself as much time as possible to prepare for it, because if I fall behind in September, I am in huge problems. But I want September to be my deadline to actually launch the project, because it's an academic project and September is the start of the university year, at least here in the UK. So that's my plan. I'm going to start it in September. So watch this space. I'm not going to talk about it in detail before then, but I'm hoping to do a video in September to talk to you about it. And then I will launch it. It's very exciting and scary and a massive project. But it's to do with Egyptology, and it takes a hell of a lot of research. So I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching my first live. I've had pretty consistently 3 people watching, and now I've got 4. So, and I will see you again soon. Bye.